friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So now we will start our journey on the lines. We have discussed about the types of the hand and what are the personality traits which are associated with the different types of the hand. And we have also discussed the mounts in detail. Mounts, which are the puffed portion at the bottom of the fingers, which tell about the presence of the superconscious, which are the the repository, the source of the energy which supplies the current to the whole hand. We have discussed all of that. Now before I'll start taking the lines separately, having a detailed discussion on the heart line, head lines and all other lines separately, it's better that you should understand the basic terminologies associated with these lines, like how these lines are formed, what are their significance, and and the basic FAQs, like whether these lines are subjected to change or they are fixed, why some hands many lines where compared to some hands where their lines are very few. So we'll just take all those queries one by one. So to begin with the introductory part. So in order to understand that these lines can be seen as the the river of the the flow of the energies, which transfers the energy from one portion of the mounts, from the different portion of the hands to other portions. You need to understand that these lines are formed in the third month in the womb, and there can be three reasons which could be ascribed to the formation of these lines. One would remain to be the soul, like the way we believe in the spirituality. It has been believed that the soul carries the significations and all the accumulated karmas of the past lives. Second is the genetics, all those traits which we inherit from our parents, from the ancestors. They remains to be the reason for the formation of these lines, because these lines, the shape, the inclination, the bent of the lines carry certain information about our personality, about our talents, about our strengths, as well as the specific events which are bound to happen in the life. And thirdly, the the fetal environment. So at the time of the conception and all the environment which the mother has gone through, that also influences the lines inscribed in the hand. And like the way I started this concept with this note, that these lines are formed in the when the kid is in the womb, by the third month of the conception, by the third month in the womb, these lines get formed. So many people even have this discussion and contradiction on this, that these lines are formed by the movements of the joints when the embryo has just developed in the fetus inside the womb. So I just want to make this thing clear that this has been proved in the research, that these lines get inscribed in the palms much before when the fetus even starts moving inside the womb. So this is what could be seen as the introductory part of this. And many times people even have this have this debate on this, that the lines are same as per the kid has got the same lines as per his parents, like the way the lines have been marked in his family history. So I just want to make sure that there remains to be symmetry, but the change is always very apparent, because like the way I have said, lines get formed based on the three parameters by our past life karmas, which could be bucketed down under this reason as the soul. Second would remain to be the genetics, the inheritance, the heredity, and third would remain to be the fetal environment. So this is what could be ascribed to as the introductory part, because these lines, our mounts which I have explained in detail, where I have given so much of significance to them. Mounts tells the archetype qualities, like if a person who is typically Venetian, so this person would, his lifestyle choices, his personality would remain to be too much towards beauty, towards art and creativity. Someone who would be too much of Jupiterian, his personality would remain to be too much goal driven, too much of ambition would play a dominant role in his life. But so the personality, the talent, the strengths, the lifestyle choices you get to know from the mounts, but the details of the life, how and at what time things are going to manifest in an individual's life, they get determined on the basis of by scrutinizing the lines marked in the hands. So now we will come to the another part where we will have a discussion on the major and minor lines. So what do I mean by that? So there are three primary or major lines in the hand, which are the heart line, the head line, and the lifeline. So this is the first one, is our heart line. It tells about our not only the physical state of the heart, the eyes, as well as it also tells about our emotional stability. So like our emotional attitude, whether we are fickle, whether we are sentimental, or whether we are emotional, so how we relate to others on an emotional level, that all gets determined on the basis of studying the heart line. Next is the headline. Headline tells about our concentration power, our mental level, our memory, our intelligence, our ability to comprehend and understand things, that all get determined by the headline. And lastly, the lifeline. Lifeline tells about our vitality, our physical disposition, as well as the major events of the life are checked via a lifeline only. And these are the three primary major lines which you will find in 99.9% of the hands. Now remains to be the secondary lines. Secondary lines are the lines which are, to begin with, is this is the Saturn line, which is going, any line which is pointing and going towards the middle finger is known as the Saturn line, or is also known as fate line, or line of security. This line tells about our how secure, how comfortable we feel in our current position, in our it's like the sense of purpose, how your every morning when you are waking up, you have certain goal to achieve, your determination, so all that is being seen from the fate line. So many times you would come across those people who will be like changing jobs too frequently, or not stable in their life, or even whatsoever they have, they are not contented with that. So all that gets seen, even our wealth, our issues related to job, our level of security, all that is seen from the fate line or Saturn line. And one most important thing is, wherever you will find any gap or any shift in the fate line or the line of Saturn, it tells about the major changes happening at that point of time in the life of an individual. Next secondary line is the sun line. Sun line tells about our it tells about our creative ability, it tells about our recognition, it tells about our the kind of fame and the potential to attract fame and recognition in this life. All that is being seen from the sun line. Sun line also tells about our perfectionist attitude. So if you have spotted this sun line in someone's hand, so this is a very good sign and good indication that this person has the capacity to attract fame, recognition, and do good in his chosen field. Now thirdly is the line of Mercury. This is any line going towards the little finger is known as the line of Mercury, or is also known as the line of Hepatica or health line. This line tells about two things. This line tells about our health conditions, also tells about our business acumen and business intelligence which we hold. So that all is being seen from these primary major lines and the secondary major lines. Primary major lines are the heart line, headline, lifeline, and secondary major lines are the fate line or line of Saturn, sun line or line of Apollo, line of success, and the line of Mercury or the health line. Now comes the minor lines. Minor lines which are very rarely found in the hands of people. Those lines are the these somewhere like this. These are the travel lines. These are the children lines. There is a ring of Solomon which tells about our wisdom. There is a girdle of Venus which tells about our our sensitivity, our how sensitive and nervous disposition is seen from the girdle of Venus. Then there is a mystic cross which tells about our heightened psychic qualities and ability to do good in occult. Same is the case with the line of intuition, which also tells about having good foresight, good intuition. So these remains to be the major and minor lines. Now comes the another part of the discussion on the lines, that is how to judge lines. The principle which has been taught to me by my faculty, my mentor, my guru, and which I have also found true in my research, is that you should measure these lines and map these lines, check these lines on 4 parameters. One is from where the line is originating. So the origin of the line remains to be the first judging criteria. Second remains to be the termination of the lines. So let's say if you are checking the headline, so from where it is originating, whether it is originating from close to the index finger, it is originating attached to the lifeline, or it is originating from inside the lifeline. So the origin, then the termination, where it is ending on the palm, whether it is short in length and ending on the middle finger or on the ring finger, or is reaching and going from one side of the palm to the other side. So the termination. Third is the branches, how many branches this any line which we are studying or judging is shooting out. So like the way if this is the headline which we are judging, so how many lines which are like branching out of it. So that means to be another criteria to judge this line. And lastly, the presence of signs and symbols. So if you follow this 4 criteria, 4 attribute to judge any of the line, you will just excel palmistry. It is just judgment of the lines get restricted to these 4 points only: the origin, termination, the branches either coming out of it or branches from other lines which are touching it and coming close to it, and lastly the presence of the signs and symbols. Now there are certain FAQs which you need to understand, which you will come across on your journey of palmistry, or even like if you have already have become excel in palmistry and you're doing the consultation, you'll come across these queries too often. So first remains to be whether lines change or not. So like the way I've been telling you people in all my videos that our hand has got more nerve fibers. Our hand and brain is made from the same stem cells, and our hand has got more nerve fibers in the nervous system from any other part of the body, and these lines of the hand are subjected to the change in our thought process, so in our subconscious thinking process. So whatsoever the repetitive thoughts which are governing our life, which we are thinking, those lines get reflected in the palm. So the question answer to this question is yes, lines change. Lines are very much in sync with what is going through in our subconscious thinking process. Second is why some events get recorded and some not. So to this I just have one answer to give. Lines, only those events and only those events and objects and things get inscribed and get measured and get reflected on the hand where we have felt for it. So like the way there's one couple who is going through divorce. So if one mate who is not who has already walked out of the relationship much before and is emotionally and subconsciously he has already moved on from the relationship, so when the divorce would took place, or when the divorce will take place, his hand won't face much change. There will be rarely any changes which will be seen in his hand compared to the other partner who would have deeply got affected because of the divorce. So the events, only those events get recorded in the hands where we have deeply felt the impact of the situation. Next question is surety of the events. So one thing which I would like to tell you people is that the best part about palmistry is that wheresoever you will find any change happening in the line, the same event and same situation will get reflected in other portion of the hand as well. So let's say once you will just understand and learn how to age the lines, then you would automatically realize this thing. So let's say if there will be at the age of 21 years there will be some break in the lifeline and or some kind of overlap in the lifeline. So same event you will find happening either in the fate line or heart line or headline or the sun line or the mercury line, confirming the happening of the event. So this is how this I always emphasize that any of the analysis in palmistry is not done based on a single event. Even if it's about any happening of the event which one line is indicating, you need to check it on other major lines as well. And trust me on this, once you'll become master in doing the analysis, you will automatically feel and realize that the changes get confirmed at the same time by on the other lines as well. So this is how we can get ensured for while doing prediction or while doing analysis, that if a particular event is being indicated on one line, same would be being promised in other major lines or other portion of the hand as well. Now coming to the next question which you will come across a lot of times is why we should read both hands. So like the way I have even made a separate video on this. First of all, there is nothing like left or right hand in palmistry. It all comes down to the active and passive hand. So the whichever hand you give preference to while writing, while driving, or while doing any labor related or effort related work, that hand is seen as your active hand. So your active hand has the information of your future, of how you're evolving, of your present circumstances. And the passive hand carries the information of the traits which you are born with, your subconscious thinking process. Like the way we say it in in astrology, your active hand tells about your act as your ascendant chart, and your passive hand tells and acts as your moon chart, your Chandra Kundli. So we should read both hands, because we need to understand while doing analysis that what this person is born with and in which road he is heading. So it's better to always do the analysis and check the lines of the both hands. And lastly, many lines versus few lines. So I need to make you guys clear that the first thing which whenever you will see too many crisscrossing lines in the hand, this is an indication of someone being too sensitive, too impressionable, and heightened nervous activity of the brain. And few lines tells about that this person is a go-getter. He's more related to and more governed inclined towards effort related and physical work, rather than being bogged down by the influence of what all is happening in his life. So because too many lines in the hand just gives one indication that too much of the nervous activity of the brain. Every single activity which has influence and has happened around him, that has deeply affected this person. So this is how analysis is done. We have done the basic introductory part on the lines. In next video, we are going to discuss few of the checklist on what all are the parameters where we check and judge these lines. I hope you guys found this video informational. For further more updates and notifications on palmistry, please subscribe my channel and like my Facebook page. Thanks.